E hanore he karore ki te atua, he maungarongo ki te whenua, e whakaro pai ki ngā tangata katoa. Honour and glory to God, peace on earth, goodwill to all people. Te hei mauri ora, behold the breath of life. Te whare wānanga o Otago, te marae kai waho tēnā kōrua. To this House of Learning, the University of Otago, and the Forum of the University, greetings. I ngā mate e ronga i o tātou marae, haere koutou, haere koutou, haere koutou. We acknowledge all those who have gone before. Te hunga ora, tēnā koutou. Kei te tuahau ki te mihi whakatau ki koutou, ki te reo o ngā runanga o ngai tahu o tēnei rohe, ko Otago, ko Huirapa, ko Moeraki. I stand to greet you today with the voice of the ngai tahu people of this place, the people of Otago, Huirapa and Moeraki. Whakatau mai, whakatau mai, whakatau mai rā. I ngā tangata katoa no Samoa, ko tāmai nei I tēnei rā, mō tēnei hui nui nei. And to the people from Samoa who are gathered here for this prestigious occasion, tā lofa lava, warm Māori greetings. Ko whamawina Professor Whawhatai Sopoaga, ka nui te mihi aroha ki a koe mō tō honori nui I tēnei pō. So whamawina Professor Whawhatai Sopoaga, very special greetings to you this evening for this great honour that is bestowed upon you. I te minata, kia ora mō tō karakia mō tātou. It's Tumuaki, our Acting Vice-Chancellor, Professor Nicholson, tēnā koe, e ngā ahorangi mā, e ho mā colleagues, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko ngā ahorangi, Professor Joanne Baxter and Professor Peter Crampton, tēnā korua. Tōlewhalo nina kariwhi ālai, me te whānau o whamuina, me te President of the Samoa Council of Chiefs, tēnā koutou, tā lofa. Ngā tauira katoa, tēnā hoki koutou, no reira, tā lofa lava ma lula nei, Nisam Bulavanaka, kia orana I orana aloha. No reira, tēnā koutou, kia ora tātou katoa. He whakatauki, no te ki te mātauranga, nāku te ki te mātauranga, ka ora ai te iwi, which could translate as, with your food basket of knowledge and our basket of knowledge, together the people will thrive. Nō reira, inga mana, inga reo rauranga tīna mā, haere mai, nau mai, haere mai. Welcome, welcome, thrice welcome. Kia ora tātou.
Let us pray. Ka pure tātou ki te atua. E hawa tō mātou me tua tapu I runga I te rangi tetei. Te rauka nei mātou I te akamita ki a koe te atua. No te tikanga ngā tetei tāo I tākotai mai e mātou ki te ngai okotai. No te rā māta tā mātou e akamara nei te atua. Te akamita ki katoa nei mātou I a koe te atua. No tā au akaranga tiranga I tō tāwhinuaina. O iau ki a Professor Whawhatai Sopoaga. Te ki tēnei mātou e te atua I tā au anganga meta ki runga I aia. No te anganga meta ki tānei rawe nei, I roto I te University o Otago e pera katoa, I roto I tō mātou putuputuanga, I roto I tō mātou oiri. Ki aka meta ki a koe, ki aka pāpā I a koe te atua, e tuatau atu. Tō mātou me tua tapu. Te pure atu nei mātou ma te pati I tā o akamita ki anga te atua. Ke mātou mai tā o akamita ki anga. Ke runga I te Professor Tai, tōna kōpu tangata. Tōna ai taiake. I roto I te University e te atua te iriro I te turuturu I aia. Tōna tuatau I tomo e ki roto I te api. Pera katoa ke mātou katoa toa. Te noo ki roto I tō mātou putuputua. Nā o e te atua ka mita ki mai e mātou kātoa toa. Kia ka kātoa o ingoa tapu. I tēnei apopo e tuatau atu. Most gracious and loving God, we thank you for gathering us here tonight for this special occasion. Present before us are Professor Tai's families, friends, colleagues, and members of our community. We are here, O God, to offer our support and to acknowledge the many blessings you have blessed upon her life. We can see the many blessings that you have blessed us through the wonderful things that she is doing within the community and also within the University of Otago. So as we continue with our celebration tonight, we ask for your many blessings to be upon us all. Bless us all so that we will all be a blessing to each other. In the name of Jesus Christ we pray. Amen.
Tēnā koutou katoa. Ko Helen Nicholson toko ingoa te pōkoko mataraka te wharewananga o tāko. Welcome everybody. Talofa lava, warm Pacific greetings. My name's Helen Nicholson and I'm the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic at the University, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to this very special occasion to celebrate Whamoina Whawhatai Sopoaga's promotion to Professor. I'd like to welcome colleagues, students and friends from across the University and the wider community this evening. But I'd like to give a special welcome to Tai's family. Her husband, Angelo, her brother, Erika and Marta Sopoaga, her sister, Louisa, her brother, Sam and Paya, who are joining us online from Samoa, and their children, extended families in New Zealand, Australia and Samoa. I'd also like to welcome some other people who are very special to Tai, the church ministers, Pacific community leaders, both here and online, Pacific Trust Otago board members and staff, Whono Fofotua, the Samoan Council of Chiefs, the Samoa Medical Association, the New Zealand MFAT staff, New Zealand Ministry of Health staff, the CEO of the Ministry of Pacific Peoples and staff, Te Whātua Pacific team, Health Sciences, Taikiala Network and Pacific Advisory Group. I think just the number of people is a witness to the importance of Tai, both here and across the world. So I will keep my introduction short, as this event is all about Tai. But I just wanted to say that I've had the pleasure of knowing Tai for some years. Tai, you're an amazing person, and your passion and dedication to Pacific peoples, whether they be staff, students or community, have made a huge impact on the University of Otago, New Zealand and Samoa. And I'm so pleased that you've been promoted to Professor. So congratulations, Tai. And I'd now like to introduce Professor Joe Baxter, the Dean of the School of Medicine, who will give a proper welcome.
E ngā mana, e ngā waka, e ngā reo, e ngā karangatanga o te motu. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Kei te tuau, kei te mihi kia koutou katoa, ahakoa he mihi paku, he mihi aroha, he mihi nunui tēnei kia koutou. Well, kia ora everyone, and to the many esteemed guests, to whānau, friends, colleagues, community members, people online, and to all of the people in this room, our rangatira, our chiefs, ministers, and esteemed people. We all stand here, and we all sit here to acknowledge you, Tai. And I'm calling you Tai even though you've got many, many impressive labels. And I was reflecting as I was sitting down next to you, what a privilege it was to be able to sit next to you for this, your inaugural professorial lecture. And I reflected as a friend and colleague how many times we have sat beside each other as we've navigated many spaces to uphold the mana of communities in the work that we do, and it has always been an immense privilege and honour to sit beside you and walk beside you on that journey. So I'm standing here not just as the Dean of the Dunedin School of Medicine. My name is Jo Baxter, for those of you who haven't met me before, but I'm the relatively recent Dean of the Dunedin School of Medicine. I whakapapa to Potini Ngaitahu on the west coast and Ngāti Apa ki Tirato in the Upper South Island. But I'm also a friend and colleague, and again privileged to introduce the exceptional Whamawena Professor Whawhetai Sopoaga. I'm filled with joy as I speak about Tai, who has achieved remarkable milestones in both academia and medicine. In the year 2020, she did indeed etch her name in history as the first Pacific female to be appointed as a professor in our university, marking a significant moment, not just for her, but for the entire Pacific region. I have known Tai in many roles. In 2009, in the decade following, Tai poured her heart and soul into her role as the inaugural Associate Dean Pacific within the Division of Health Sciences. And as part of that role, she drove the growth and the development of Te Wa'o Tautai, the Centre for Pacific Health, many of whom are sitting with us today. Her unwavering dedication to advancing Pacific representation in academia is truly inspiring. It's no surprise that her teaching prowess has garnered prestigious awards, including the highly coveted Prime Minister's Supreme Award for Tertiary Teaching Excellence in 2018. Tai's honours include acknowledgement of excellence in supporting Pacific students, a testament to her commitment to fostering the success of our next generation. But Tai's impact extends far beyond the walls of our institution. As a passionate public health physician and primary health care physician, her research delves into critical areas such as mental health and well-being and the empowerment of the Pacific workforce. Her very insightful PhD focused specifically on the health and well-being of Pacific students, shedding light on vital aspects of their overall development. It is no wonder that Tai's significant contributions have received widespread recognition. In the 2022 New Year's Honours, she was appointed a Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, a distinction bestowed upon her for her outstanding services to Pacific health and tertiary education. Her dedication knows no boundaries, as she graciously served as New Zealand's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade Health Advisor in Samoa until April 2023. Leaving an indelible mark on the international stage. Additionally, Tai is a fervent advocate for Pacific rights, consistently working to ensure the voices and needs of Pacific communities are acknowledged and addressed. Most recently, Tai accepted an invitation to serve as health advisor to the Samoa Ministry of Health, further solidifying her influence in the Pacific region. Her deep-rooted connection to her Wha'a Samoa cultural context, nurtured by her upbringing, has instilled within her a profound commitment to community service. Today we stand in awe as we prepare to witness Tai's inaugural professorial lecture. Tai, your wealth of knowledge, insights and wisdom are certain to provide us with invaluable perspectives and inspire thought-provoking discussions. So everyone, please join me in extending the warmest of welcomes to Tai as she graces the stage.
E ngā mana, e ngā reo, e ngā iwi, e rau rangitirama. Ko te rate nei kua ngaia e Iehowa. Kia hari tātou, kia koa tātou i tēnei. Kia whakapangia te ngoa e Iehowa. Ake tono atu. Ki ngā tangata whenua, tēnā koutou. E ngā rau rangitirama, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rawa atu koutou I haere mai, I tēnei rā. Ko o whaumina whaafetai Sopoaga tuku ingoa, no hamoa ahau. Tēnā koe, Emeritus Professor John Broughton whaafetei tele mo le mihi whakatau, me taki maata, Reverend Tengaru, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Tulona ia le paia whaata wha o le mauta nei. Tu mua mapule, hi tu au malata wa ainga i le tai ma le vaa o whonoti. O le awhiwhio o ainga ma o lātou tama, o tama fo'i ma o lātou ainga. O le paia lava lea wa sua ma le vai whanua, whafo mai tu langi sa ole masale au mua, whaatui ma le toto o le whale ula ma upu le manua tele tulou na ia. E tawia na na ona u whaatalo whātu lo tau paia ma lo tau mamalu. Whaamalo le soifo manuia, whaamalo le soifo maua, whaamalo le tāpuai, whaaftai mo tālo sanga. Alea wa sisi le fua o Samoa i te tono le University o Otago. I te tono a te ora nei tātou whaafoi le vi inga ma le whaaftai i le tua. Kia rana, malo ele lei, whakalofalahi atu, malo ni sambula vinaka, namaste, mauri, hello, loketa, noa ia, aloha, bonjour. Kia ora tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. I am not an individual. I am an integral part of the cosmos, the land, the seas, and the skies. I am not an individual because I share a tofi with my family, my village, and my nation. I belong to my family, Le'uainga, and my family belongs to me. I belong to my village, Lo'unu'u, and my village belongs to me. I belong to my nation, Lo'uatunu'upele, and my nation belongs to me. That is the very essence of my sense of belonging. Words of wisdom from His Highness, former Head of State of Samoa, to Yatua, Te Pua Tamasese Efi. It is not I that has enabled me to be here today. It is not I that is responsible for these achievements. It is by the grace of God and the prayers and the aspirations of our ancestors, our parents, our communities, and the support of many that I'm able to stand here today. I know that those who are no longer with us are here with us today in spirit. I carry the mana of my family, of our people, of our communities. Our cultural traditions have been passed down through the generations, through stories. So today, I will be weaving stories throughout this presentation. Dare to be wise. Dare to succeed. Dare to care. Pacific aspirations in Aotearoa. Dare to be wise. The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. I grew up in a small island that I call the Pearl of the Pacific, Samoa. It's the first country to gain independence in the Pacific and the only country that has a treaty of friendship with New Zealand. There was no university there, so one had to leave Samoa for further education after high school. I was granted a scholarship from the government of Samoa under the New Zealand aid to come to New Zealand to study medicine with the purpose of returning to serve Samoa. It was an exciting time to travel to a new country. I knew very little about New Zealand. In fact, in Samoa College, I was taught more about Asia, about China, about the Ming Dynasty. Traveled down, spent a year in Timaru Girls High before coming down here to do the medical intermediate, the equivalent of the health sciences first year program today. I was 16 and excited. I can finally make my own decisions without my parents, become my own person and find my place in the world. In my first year at university, I was struck down by a mystery illness. It drained the life out of me. Following 3 months of investigations, my rheumatologist said to me, Professor Palmer, that I had SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus. Lupus, he said, meant wolf. I felt scared. Following a detailed explanation of what it was, the treatment and the prognosis, my world crumbled around me. I had missed many months of class, and there was no way in which I could catch up and had to return to Samoa. Depressed, at risk of losing my scholarship, my hopes of a bright future was shattered. Prayers, unwavering support, and love wrapped around me lifted me up out of a dark place. I was given the chance to return to Otago, and I asked Professor Palmer, can I study medicine with lupus? And he said, yes. Yes, you can, but you just have to pace yourself. So pace myself, I did. My health has since shaped my career pathway and had to learn to trust God in the journey. I worked in Samoa as a junior doctor, and when I returned to New Zealand for postgraduate training, I was told then that I had bilateral avascular necrosis, which means I had 2 necrotic hips. I had lupus nephritis, my kidneys weren't happy, and my liver functions were a bit of a concern. That if I wanted to live long, that I needed to stay in New Zealand and look for ways to give back to Samoa. Additionally, I needed to train in an area that my health can support. With encouragement from Emeritus Professor Charlotte Paul, my mentor, and Sir David Skegg, I took up training in public health. Their leadership in the Department of Preventative and Social Medicine was outstanding. Charlotte, I know you're watching. Happy birthday. I missed seeing patients though, and later took up training in general practice. Some 15 years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Following a mastectomy and intensive treatment, I could not continue clinical work. Other opportunities emerged. In 2009, I was appointed, as Professor Baxter said, as the Inaugural Associate Dean Pacific in Health Sciences by Pro Vice Chancellor Professor Don Roberton, who is linking in from Australia, one of the excellent PVCs that I had the privilege to work under. I started in this role while supporting Samoa's response to the devastating tsunami. Samoa's Minister of Health requested our university for assistance to support the development of Samoa's National University Medical School. Professor Peter Crampton, then Dean of the Otago Medical School, led a team in response to this, and many others have since helped in this place, including my clinicians. Professor Hayton, my rheumatologist, Professor Walker, my nephrologist, even my oncologist, Associate Professor David Perez, have all gone to Samoa and provided support. I owe a debt for my medical education to the government of Samoa, and I was keen to do all I could to ensure that I can give back to the health of its people. Le Mamea Dr. Limbufiu, then Dean of Samoa's Faculty of Medicine, assured me that I was indeed helping Samoa from where I am working now. The Otago Medical School is celebrating 150 years in 2025. There were few of us Pacific Islanders in my Otago medical class. I have very few fond memories of my time in medical training. The challenging times are the ones one tends to remember the most. In a class presentation 2 weeks before my final fifth year exam in Christchurch, a consultant berated me in front of my group during discussions. I felt embarrassed, dumb, and overwhelmed. I went home and cried for 5 days. I decided then that I was not going to sit my exams, my important exams, because I didn't want to be in a profession that didn't care for one another. Professor Alan Clark, then Dean of Christchurch Medical School and head of campus, sent for me, and I will always be grateful to him. In a fatherly way, he said to me, "Go wash your face. Prepare to sit your exam, then come back and see me." I passed my exams, then came back to see him. He smiled and said, "Some people treat this like a game. Don't let it bother you. There is work out there that only you can do." The encounter with that consultant was so memorable that years later during registrar training, we were shown a training video with this consultant. I couldn't remain in the class. I reflected over the years thinking, there must be a better way to teach medical students than scaring the lights out of them. Māori, like Pacific people, are disproportionately represented in poor health and education outcomes. When I was given the opportunity to teach medical students at Otago, I wondered whether I could support the training of excellent health professionals equipped to meet the needs of an increasingly diverse society in Aotearoa. I know what it is like to be a patient, to feel scared and vulnerable within the health system, experience loss of dignity and at times misunderstood. I have experienced racism and treated as illiterate just because I look different from the majority. Although English is my second language, I am fluent and receive excellent education from New Zealand's oldest and finest university. I wondered whether I could support the development and integration of cultural and clinical competence to improve health outcomes for Pacific peoples in Aotearoa. A vision was born. In 2008, a review of the medical curriculum was conducted. I had the year off with chemotherapy, and when I returned, the curriculum was full, and there was really no space to teach Pacific health. I thought, they hadn't timetabled the weekend. With unwavering faith and the help of the community, we developed the Pacific Immersion Program, an opportunity where medical students in Dunedin learn from our community. I would like to acknowledge Dean Dr. John Adams, who enabled the program to be established. It is now a required component of learning for all medical students. Through this opportunity, students learn about the context for our families, the things that can make a real difference for them. Students' feedback suggests the learning for them is meaningful, and I quote, "Frankly speaking, the experience made me aware of my privilege and the inherent bias that I perceive the world with. I've never slept in a cold state house before. I've never been exposed to life on the minimum wage, yet my host family was so generous and welcoming and proud to be hosting me. The experience encouraged me to maintain an open mind, to be curious and respectful when dealing with people from unfamiliar cultures and backgrounds. There is no way my learning could have been so deep and transformational had I heard this in the classroom or read an article. Dare to succeed. The definition of success from a student's perspective is broader than just academic success. One of my research interests is capacity building of the Pacific health workforce in New Zealand. Tinto, a well-known theorist in higher education, proposed one of the very first models for student success in 1979, the longitudinal model of institutional departure. His model outlined the components important to support students' journey, retention, and the likelihood of them achieving their goals. The model has a specific focus on institutional responsibilities. He proposed that the outcomes of persistence or dropout depended on the student's integration with the institution academic and social systems. The greater the degree of integration, the more likely the student would progress to degree completion. In my doctoral research, I examined the relevance of Tinto's model for Pacific students. I interviewed 20 students 4 times over 2 years and completed 76 out of the 80 possible interviews. The analysis of the data showed that all components of Tinto's model fitted the context of Pacific students. However, there were additional components important to Pacific students that were not included in Tinto's model. And these were culture and identity, and areas related to their health and well-being, their spiritual, social, physical, and mental well-being. Spiritual well-being for most students was connected to the church, and this support was important for them in the tertiary environment. From this work, mental well-being emerged as a significant concern for students. So in 2019, through an HRC grant, we conducted a prospective cohort study to explore the mental well-being of all students starting at the University of Otago. Of the 188 eligible students, 77 completed at least one survey. Results in the first year showed that 55% met the criteria for poor mental health, and approximately 1/5 reported moderate to severe psychological distress, anxiety, and depressive symptoms. Only 1/3 of this group had sought professional help on campus. While our efforts to ensure students succeed academically is important, their health and well-being is critical to their overall success. What has been our response to growing and supporting the Pacific workforce at the University of Otago? Where is the evidence that we are making a difference? Our partnership with the Ministry of Health since 2011 has enabled us to establish the POPO program, the Pacific Opportunities Program at Otago, a wraparound support program for students. POPO has 3 meanings in the Samoan language depending on how you pronounce it. Popo, a coconut ready for planting, symbolic of students starting their new journey. Popo means to nurture, the responsibility of the university to nurture, support, and guide. And Popo means to capture, the responsibility of students to engage with and utilize all of what the university offers. Growing the Pacific health workforce in Aotearoa is important to the University of Otago. We aspire in our Vision 2040 to be a university of the Pacific. I acknowledge this is a difficult time. There is a Samoan saying, "E loa le tautailelei, I taimi o whā." You will know the competent navigator during stormy weather. Our vision includes growing leaders, growing our Pacific health leaders in Aotearoa. Since 2011, through targeted investment, we have seen an increasing trend in Pacific students successful in entering our health sciences program and health professional programs at Otago. Note the decrease during the time of the pandemic. This is a time for investment, not disinvestment. In 2018, we celebrated the 10% intake, the proportional representation of Pacific students entering our medical program. However, there is more to do. While we celebrated the largest ever cohort of Pacific doctors, 28 graduating from the University of Otago last year, if we are to reach the 10% proportional representation of Pacific doctors in the New Zealand workforce in 10 years' time by 2032, at the current rate, we will still have a shortfall of about 1,600 Pacific doctors. Dare to care. A well-known Samoan saying, "O le ala le pulo le tautua," the pathway to leadership is through service. To serve is a privilege. Leadership is about serving. It's about caring. The university workload model has a service component which enables engagement with our Pacific communities in New Zealand and the Pacific region. Regional conferences, the annual Heads of Health and biennial Ministers of Health meeting in the Pacific are excellent opportunities to listen and engage with leaders and colleagues in the Pacific region. We also support our students to engage in this space. We explore what might be helpful, then share these with our regional partners. Additionally, we invite our regional partners to visit us here, sharing research and areas of mutual interest. As mentioned, I had the opportunity to serve New Zealand as its health advisor in Samoa during the COVID pandemic. I'm grateful to New Zealand for the opportunity to study medicine. Additionally, the New Zealand health system has kept me alive and functional today. I'm grateful to orthopedic surgeons like Mr. Chin, who's given me 2 new hips, and the only time I'm aware that I have 2 new hips is when I go through the airport scanner, and every time, without a doubt, the beeper goes off. Minister Aupito, the Minister of Pacific Peoples during the time of the pandemic, encouraged all of his staff and anyone who would listen to do anything and everything to encourage our people to be vaccinated. He even did a TikTok dance and challenged everyone to do one. I've never been on TikTok before, but I promised him that I will do one. So while posted in Samoa for work, I pulled in my colleagues from the Samoa Ministry of Health, the Medical and Nurses Association, the medical students, my family, my mother, her caregivers, and even the family dog to participate. Laofionga Aupito, I know you're watching. This is a dedication to you, to your commitment to our people in Aotearoa. Whaafitai ma whaamalo, whaamalo le whai o le whaiva, whaafitai tele mo lau tautua matawela.
Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami ilondoloze Rauoyami, ai kolana, musoami, au kolana.
Thank you to our colleagues in local, national, and regional settings. It is a privilege to learn and work alongside you. Whawhetai te lava, me taki maata, mahaloa au pito, thank you too much, mahalo, vinaka vakalevu. And to all our Pacific staff at Otago, we are in this waka together. 25 years ago, there was no Pacific Island Centre, no coordinated support for Pacific students at Otago. Honourable Pete Hodgson, our local MP, supported our community, staff and students to advocate for this support. Pete, we do remember, and we thank you sincerely for this. Laua whionga to whilau ki riwhi alai, the responsiveness of Otago to things Pacific really shifted under your leadership as manager of the Pacific Island Centre. Our staff worry when we go away on trips together because for sure we will come back with some crazy ideas about how to lift Pacific at Otago. During a work trip in 2018, we discussed the name of our newly established centre, the Va'autautai. She said, you should cover waka with the name of your centre and then put it up on the ceiling. And I said, yes, that's a great idea. I'm from Whangaloa, the area in Samoa that is known for the skills of its traditional carvers. And so I actually thought that we were going to carve something that looked like this. And she said to me, oh no, that's a toy. Build a real va'a. So we did. We brought 3 traditional master carvers from Whangaloa, blessed a pine tree behind my house, and then it was felled. Worksite was behind the former Pacific Island Centre. And here it is now, sitting proudly in front of the entrance of our office in health sciences. We couldn't quite hang it up on the ceiling, but that's okay, the turtles are looking after it. I have really appreciated working with and learning from the Inaugural Associate Dean Māori, Professor Joe Baxter. You and your team has been so fantastic to us. Our workspaces are next to each other. She is now my dean. Ka nui te aroha kia koe. I would also like to acknowledge the Va'autautai Centre for Pacific Health, who I have worked alongside and who have supported me closely in this journey. Va'autautai means waka of skilled navigators. Unlike large ships that are steered by one person turning a small wheel, our ancestors navigated the largest ocean in the world and worked as a team to sail the double hawakas in search of new horizons. The double hawaka is symbolic to us of our journey together. Our team in the Va'a is diverse. Our future as Pacific peoples in Aotearoa is tied together with our colleagues from other cultures. We are whānau. Can I ask my team who are here to please just be upstanding, just very briefly. Now, I would like to invite some of our wonderful popo mentors who are part of our Va'a team, an extension of our Va'a team, to come down. Please make your way down, and we're going to get them to do the catwalk in showcasing the different ethnic groups that are represented in our Va'a. Please come down, don't be shy, let's all give them a hand. Now, you can't come to a lecture without being tested. So if you can name all of the countries that these flags represent, and they will continue to display it, please come down and get your prize. They're trying to look for their country there. To our community leaders, yeah, just walk, take the catwalk, show them your flag, and then take the catwalk and just come down here. Yeah, just go, keep going, and then you can go back and put your flag back in. To our community leaders in Dunedin and throughout Aotearoa and the Pacific region, some who have joined us here tonight, others online. Thank you for your support for our students, our staff, and our journey together in Aotearoa and in the region. I am indeed grateful for your ongoing guidance, advice, and support for us over the years. Le mamalu al whainga luenga tutofi a oa o mawhaletua te a kono e whatawhai taulanga ese. Le mamalu le whono whautua whafteitele mo tatalo ma whamanuianga. To my siblings, Reverend Yeriko and Mata, Luisa, Whamanu, Sam and Paia, and our wider extended family, o upora tātou wanganuu, a malu I whale e malu fo I whafo. Whaafteitele mo la o tau tapua inga le sili le tai na ilo le tapuai. To my husband Angelo and Emmanuel, I'm deeply grateful for your patience, love and unwavering support. Grazie per il vostro sostegno. My parents in Dunedin, Norman and Meryl Eadie. Thank you. Meryl, at 94 years young, is here with us tonight. To my parents who are no longer with us, I still hear your voice and your guidance. My father often said, "Awanga ngalo ya te oto, po se atali'i, po se afafine oi oi." Never forget your roots, your whakapapa, your teranga waiwai. This week is Samoa Language Week, and the theme is Mita Mita I Laungangana, Maua'a I Lo Whaasinamanga. Be proud of your language. Hold on to your identity. I am from the villages of Apia, Whasitotai, Whangaloa, Salua Manono, and Lotofanga. But the village that raised and helped my parents to raise me is the Alamangoto e Whakasa Church, where my parents, Reverend Numaneta and Lili Sopoaga, were church ministers. Le Kalesia, Whaapotopotonga Keresiano, Samoa, Yalmangoto, Whaafitai Telelava, o Laupulelea. Who I am today is because of how you have collectively raised me. E hara takutoa, I ke toa takitahi, e toa takitine ke. Mine is not the strength of one, but the strength of many. For I know the plans that I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Then you will call upon me and come to pray to me, and I will answer you. You will seek me and you will find me if you will seek me with all your heart. Dare to be wise. Dare to succeed. Dare to care. Pacific aspirations in Aotearoa. I would like to close by singing a verse of my father's favorite hymn, Ua telele alofa o le na fio mai. The love of God, our God who came to us, is plentiful. Ila nei lalolangi ia ola I tātou, for us in this world to save. Malia lava pule tātou te whawhitai. Thank you, we are so thankful. Ua telele alofa o le whaola mai, for your love that has saved me. So fua ma ia manuia. whaalamai. So fua mai Emmanuel.
Talofa lava, warm Pacific greetings. My name is Peter Crampton. I work in Kohatu, the Centre for Haora Māori, which is just over the corridor from where Whamuina works in Whaototai. It is my very great pleasure to offer a vote of thanks to Whamuina. I have worked closely with Whamuina over at least 13 years, and it is a huge pleasure for me to be here today to witness your lecture, to meet your family and your friends, members of the community here this evening, and everyone here, Whamuina's supporters, to hear her inaugural professorial lecture. In her wonderful lecture, Whamuina told us the story of her career. She told us that she came to Aotearoa, first of all, funded by a New Zealand Aid scholarship under the auspices of the Samoan government. Her intention, she said, was to return to Samoa, to serve the people of Samoa, and to serve her country and the government. But, as she said, a serious health condition got in the way of that. And her doctors here in Dunedin were very clear with her. She really had no choice but to stay in Aotearoa if she was to be treated effectively. As you said, this came as a major blow to you, but it did not diminish in any way Whamuina's very strong sense of obligation and of commitment to the people of Samoa and to the government of Samoa. And what we've heard today tells us that Whamuina has taken every opportunity possible to fulfill her sense of obligation to the people of Samoa through her teaching and curriculum development, through her research, and through her immense service to the Pacific communities within Aotearoa and within the Pacific. And this includes the time that we worked together over a number of years, supporting the development of the medical school at the National University of Samoa. And this sense of service continues right up to the moment. And as we heard, Whamuina has recently been appointed as an expert health advisor to the government of Samoa. Whamuina, your lecture has given us insight into what lies behind your exceptional leadership. You, as much as anyone I know, are committed to the well-being of the people of Samoa, both here in Aotearoa and in the Pacific. You, as much as anyone I know, are committed to the well-being of all Pacific people in the Pacific and in Aotearoa. And you are committed, as you so eloquently explained to us, to shaping a future for Aotearoa that powerfully reflects and celebrates New Zealand's place as a Pacific nation. You are an inspiration. On behalf of all of us here, thank you for your lecture. To finish off, I would like to present you with a small token of our appreciation. And now I will hand over to Tōwhilau Nina Kariwhi Alai. Manuia le awhi awhi.
Inaugural Professorial lecture. Ai Professor Faumina Whawhetai Sopoaga Ventura. Kia ora, tālofa lava, kia orana, whakalofa lai atu. Māloa lelei, namaste, tāloha ni Sambula Vinaka, kam na Māori, haro oroketa, nau mai, haere mai, warm Pacific greetings, and happy Samoan Language Week. Are we there yet? Often we hear that innocent question from the children, the back seat of the car or the bus, impatient to get there. As such, so were the Pacific community, as we longed to arrive to moments like tonight. It is my pleasure to say something on behalf of the Pacific family, Pacific staff here at Otago. Pa ia whaata whao le maru. Tari tonu ne a whiawhi o mai au na pai. Whapio na whola le whala o le tā mawhitanga. Tari tonu fwoi e le a whaina e se upo tofi lau upa ia ma o mamalu distinguished family from the Pacific and wider ocean. Pa ia o la inga sārevi. Thank you to our opening minister for blessing tonight, Vice Chancellor, the leadership team of the University of Otago, mana whenua, all of us here. Kia rana kiki, nice to see you there. O le lupe male lau o olive mata, the dove and the fresh olive leaf. Ona ia tuina atu le o le lupe, maua ia whaalele. Ona toe fo i ane le o le lupe le afiafi. Oilo na ngutu le lau o olive mata. When the dove returned to him in the evening, there in its peak was a freshly plucked olive leaf. The great story of Noah, the flood, and the dove he sent out that brought hope, the dove that brought life, as in the book of Genesis in the Bible. It encapsulates the dreams of the Pacific families, community, when they raise and nurture their whānau. And then they send them off to foreign lands, foreign worlds and environment, sometimes too far away places, seeking hope, seeking life for a family, a country, and her people. Tonight we have come together, our University of Otago family, and we have witnessed that through the life of Professor Faumina and her parents and her family brought us here. At Pacific staff, we have watched, praying, oafia. Professor Rexa Ada Faumina came our second, our first female. We have some, but you see, when you open the door, more come through. And we're here to celebrate the brave leaders, University of Otago, enabled us to make that happen. In the Samoan culture, one is known as the lupe whaalele ainga, the family's dove, to be sent away with their prayers and their dreams in the hope that when they become successful and bring honor to the family, the village, and the country, they return with the fresh olive leaf, the blessings. These doves are also referred to as the family sacrifice. O le taulanga a inga, for the families go through a lot of sacrifices, supporting their lupe, their taulanga. The most significant one is of separation, living apart, going through many challenges, that our children, students are still enduring today. That they have to endure to find their fresh olive leaf. Ole taulanga, an offering to society, community, and an offering to go out and serve. In Whaumina's case, an offering to work in this space. Like many others, service to Pacific students and their families. The many doves sent from the Pacific region and around the country and the world. An offering that also became part of our Pacific family here at Otago, here at the Pacific community in Dunedin and Aotearoa. And when the dove returns home with the fresh olive leaf, we celebrate, knowing that the dove has equipped, qualified to serve. The work has just begun, for it is an offering, a sacrifice to serve for life. So what do? We say prayers of thanksgiving, we thank God, we sing hymns and songs of whawhetai. We dance the night away, whaile poula. We share a meal, not just any meal, a big meal, more like a feast, like there's no tomorrow, for our prayers have been answered. And we sing our gratitude to our lupe and to those who enabled her to fly. For they have made us all proud tonight. And when we sing, we acknowledge the love of God, the patience of those around her, people that support her day in, day out. And the prayers, la ofionga polofesa. Amuia le manava na ifo e. We thank God for you. We thank your parents for giving you the heart for our people. We thank our colleagues, the leaders here at university, for allowing you, allowing us that space. We thank Angelo for the many wifeless nights and days and all that. We thank all of you on behalf of Pacific staff. We expected nothing less. Fly and do more. Can I invite Pacific staff to stand up? They are in the house. All Pacific staff. Kiki. And because in the islands, when we celebrate, we sing. And because it's Samoan language week, we sing wafa'awhetai. Wafa'awhetai, wafa'awhetai. Choo! Wamali e matai vai. Watasi lava oi, watasi lava oi. Ilo nei fa mo e mo. Hip hip. Malo. Thank you. Our cup is overflowed. And together with the prayers of your family and our Pacific community, we thank you. I always say, you're a very sick person with a heart of God. We wish you all the best, for our work has just begun. So if you are my Emmanuel, after.
Mo mo no fatu lo le pa ia o lo sa sau nei. Tau tala fo i le tūlanga we. I tau tala i le awa ma le whaaloalo. Wa ua pau le tua au ma fomatu. Lea fui o lo ala le mafua. Le sua i o lau sunga ini. Tai o le sauninga. Fio lau fionga i le whaao o le Universite o Tako. Le paia o Samoa ma le nei mamalu o lo a fio mai. Ai tainane uo ma au mea mamau. O lo mai moa mai upenga te whailangi. Ma lo le sui fua manuia. Wha ma lo le langi matafi. Ai tātou te mua i awe le mua ma le whaafitai i le atua. Wa o ia e tō tasi wa mawhai au na whātou nuina le nei wha moe sa lupe ma tālu sia. E tusa o le whātou whala inga le Universite o Tako. Vea i lo leo whātou wā. E whai ma whafonga tau mori o le whionga ia whamuina malona i le sunga ia Angelo Ventura. E mo mori le whaafitai i le atua. A wā o ia e ana tō whinga ma le wala awina. O whao ngai nai le ola whātou wā. E au nai mo le manuia o na tangata. Whaafitai le Universite o Otako. Wala mai ai le wala awina o whao ngai nai le au nanga. Mo alo ma whanau o le Pasifika. Ai meso le matanga luenga o le soifua malolo ina. Whaafitai a inga. Uo ma au mea mamai. E ala u tau tāpua inga. Le tatalo ma lo tau whaiwa sa tui le upapa ma pō le whala. Wā le whamoe mo ia i uma le manuia. Ia iei se au ngāo se alo ina au se whanau inei. Mo whi au ma tiute ua wala au inai. Vice Chancellor and staff. On behalf of the Sopoaga family, I extend our gratitude for the opportunities given to Whaumuina Whawhitai Sopoaga to serve within the university. May God continue to guide the leaders of these institutions. As per our cultural protocols, we have small kits to give to some important people. For tangata whenua, ia o se mea lofa whātou wā, for inatu mō lau whionga. As for your officiating minister, lau sunga i whawhengainga, nā o se mea lofa whātou wā, lau sunga raventenau, mō le nei wha moe tāua. Upo le tusi, a umono tu whai o ia mea, i au tu whapeifu, o tau au na lea o ngā mali whātau wā, ai whafo i le vi inga i lea tua. Amene, whaftai.
Good evening, I'm Ty's sister. I work for Whittaker's. It is a chocolate manufacturing plant based in Porirua. Whittaker's, as you know, is a New Zealand company. It has been voted the most trusted brand over the last 12 years. Tonight, we would like to give everyone a gift. It's a selection of Whittaker's products. So, please collect a gift box as you go out of the lecture theatre. Thank you.
te le aso ai le la waso. O le aso ma le filinga, o le aso foi ma le matai ngā tila. Whamuina. Ua mātou o mai, o lou nuu lea, o tangata atu motu, o mai e whawhitai atu. E mamoli atu le whamalo, a waia, lele ua mātou tangata i loa. Tā luere whi au mal ngā luenga lea, tau te puna no wai le tae ao, ma le pō. O aina ilu ilu talo talo, e o mai le nuu le nei, i te tonu o le nofuanga le nei. Aia, o e wha uu tauna la lai, o e wha popo uu, le pa ia ma le mamalu o tangata atu motu. Ai maise lo tatu i tu pasa moa. Malo sa ili malo. Malo fai o le faiva. Malo fa ea ea. A matau i tala o le ngā luenga ma le aso. Ma o te aroa atoa pe moni le tala o te tau fai atu. Oka. E toa tolu pe toa wha profesa e tonu o Tako University. Mai lea. Mai lo tau puti puti o le wha moe moe o le ngā luenga. Nāna te lea o au kilani ma Wellington ai le ai. Lele. Nāna i titia o Tantini. Au lele na tūla i tuai. Mātou whawhitai atu. I le pa ia ma le mamalu le naitu o le tātou ainga. Angelo, my boss. Whawhitai, ka pēr ngā mea. Thank you, sir. It's been a long journey. You have been waiting there, helping there, and waiting for her for a long time. And we acknowledge that. Whawhitai, whawhitai whamalo. Lau sunga i le whawhengenga, lau sunga i le whiwhiau, i riko ma le whaletua. Luisa, mātou whawhitai atu. Tātou nuu lea. Mātua mai e whawhitai atu. I nea whiawhi ono lautou tapua inga ma lautou loto te lenga. I le ngā luenga whaia le whionga ia whamuna. Whamuna. E e upa ia mo mamalu e whainga tāo na mātou la sia i le tele o taimi. E o ia stala pele o iai. E whainga tāo. Whaingata, lale e tapo e mai, ulu whainga. Lale e tapo e mai le ta uso. Lale e tapo e mai, o ainga, vane alo sina. Lale e tapo e mai, a tua le whangono. Tapo e mai foi, le vao fonti. Ale, le lupelele sa whalele. Lea ua whataunu ina le tae au ma le aso le nei. Ua mātou fia tangata ai luma o le atua. Ona o le whamoe moe ma le tapenanga. Ua maua lunga lea. I stand on behalf of the Pacific community in Dunedin to say, to congratulate you from Wina. And to say, whawhetai whaea ea, matou whamalo atu. Whawhetai me umau e whaia, whawhetai me umalama. The BI community, with the manga whaoa, the kopu tangata, and the kāinga, and a lot of them, families, have come here tonight. And most of them aren't here, but they have been waiting patiently for this day and for this time. And now we're here. And now we're here to celebrate and to say, whawhetai, whawhetai, ia whamanui atu le atua, ia te oe mou whaiva, ia e maise le pa ia malu. Whamanuia mai fwoi le atua le tapua inga, alo tatou nuu le nofo I whawhengainga, le sunga le toi ina ma le whaletua, sunga le tausimtanga luenga, sunga le li whai whiau, ia ite ane, sunga le tamaitai whai whiau ia alofa, ma le nofo e ka le sia e maise o tatou lupe whalele, mai le e ka le sia e whakasa, ma le e ka le sia a metutisi o lo tatou, whai mea nuti le nei vai taimi, matou whawhetai atu, ma whamanui atu, I le ngā luenga lea ma le ngā pātia, ono le tautua ina o Samoa malona finangalo, ai mese le soifua malolo ina. Let me say once again, thank you, and more thank you to us all. Whawhetai lava. Mea, fio mai ara ua lolongo le fua ma le pao ua tu alat o maia ya sauta o tu sa vai lo o pe moni e lau falongo Tianga seu malo oi Samoa oi Samoa fea a tau va fofo oi ti mali Tumba.
Fale ale, choo choo, hey oh mao, choo, tafia, longo, hey soleo, Sala ole lo ya ario fellowship eto lo oh cha la 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 cha la 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 cha la 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 cha la 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 choo cha la 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 cha la 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 cha la 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 cha la 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 hey hey ho
Kia ora koutou. I was going to start by expressing my profound gratitude that I hadn't been asked to get up and dance. But fortunately you were spared me having to do very much of that. I'm Trish Priest. I'm the Acting Pro-Vice Chancellor of the Division of Health Sciences, which is the part of the university where Vaa or Totai sits. And I'm, you'll be pleased to know, going to speak very briefly. I'm mainly here to thank you for coming and to ask you to give one last round of applause for Omuina Professor Whāwhatai Sopoaga. Hang on, not yet, because I want to say a couple of things first. It's not really my role to spend a whole lot of time talking, but I just wanted to acknowledge what a wonderful experience it has been this evening and how honoured and privileged I feel to have been able to be here. It's always fantastic to come to inaugural professorial lectures, but what a lecture, what an experience. It's just fantastic to be here with the community involvement and the excitement and the entertainment, but also the deep meaningfulness of what you've said and why you're here. And I just want to acknowledge and express my respect for Ty's passionate, persistent, possibly inexorable advocacy for Pacific health and for Pacific learning among our students and for capacity building and capability building among Pacific students and peoples around the Pacific. And she just has done such an amazing job, and I just wanted to really acknowledge how much I respect her for that. So now I'm going to ask you to thank Ty again, and then we're going to go and have refreshments at the staff club and a performance at 7 o'clock. So get yourselves over there.